Friends, the topic of today's podcast is 2019 Looking Back. It was quite an eventful and a dramatic year. Began on a high note with expectations of growth, sustainable business performance, and ended clearly on a note of concern, worry, and slow growth. The stock markets started the year looking to buy small and mid-sized companies as they kept correcting. People were more than willing to catch the falling knives. The belief was that when the market recovers, these companies would again regain the glory which they saw in early 2018. As the year ends, nobody wants to buy small and micro cap companies. Mid caps do get some attention, but that still is not enough to regain what they lost. And surprisingly, the index, which was kind of never exciting anybody, looks to be the safe haven where everybody wants to hide. Our investment objectives for this year were probably largely not served. I think most people had higher expectations at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year are carrying a tinge of disappointment at the outcome. Whatever we thought was safe ended up being very unsafe, and whatever we believed was not worth even looking at probably did very well. Are there any lessons to take from 2019? Should we actually try in 2020 whatever worked in 2019? To answer the second question first, I don't quite think that what worked in 2019 will work again in 2020. Reasonably confident that something new will happen. And it's unlikely that the very same companies which were the bulwark of 2019 stock market will do great things in 2020. So I would expect a new set of companies to do better and catch our attention. To the first question, I don't quite think that the strategy of 2019 should be again tried in 2020. The reasons are very, very clear. Growth is much needed in our economy. The government will have to push for growth. They probably will in the budget on February 1 because there is no alternative. And when they push for growth, how that push will manifest in the economy will probably be very different from 2019. So that manifestation of government's policies and pushes in the real economy will be very different, and our investing has to be a little ahead of that to capture the benefits of that push. So we are looking at things which we actually anticipated in 2019 to happen, which did not happen, to once again happen in 2020. Are we being wishful? Now it seems that we were probably early in our expectations in 2019. And 2020 may be the time when those expectations will get fulfilled. So definitely it's not the time to give up. Some of these themes which can work based on the government's commitment are disinvestment, revival in the infrastructure space, sectors which will benefit from setting up of large projects through FDI, services, because more and more formalization of services is a given, and exports. Because without exports, I think our economy will be in deep trouble, and whatever the government does will not affect exports and will probably try to help exports. So we are looking at a kaleidoscope of new ideas and old ideas, which are still very different from what worked in 2019. So what can work in 2020 is going to be something new, but it will still have some old ideas which did not work. And we have to be confident and pragmatic in approaching 2020. A beginning of a new decade, another phase of challenge, growth, and consolidation. We are going to be a part of this journey, and it is important that we embark on this journey with confidence and certainty that something good is waiting for us. Have a great 2020. Happy New Year.